Alright guys, welcome to the PressStart podcast. This is week 3, I believe. Yes, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, probably. Okay. And it is the week of August 11th through 17th, 2013. So last week was a very slow week. It was only 20 minutes long for a podcast. This week's probably going to be at least twice that. So I got a pretty good list of stuff to talk about. For it being the week before Gamescom, it's quite a bit happened, but most of that's like kind of part of Gamescom, I guess, because they're like saying, "Oh, we're gonna talk about this at Gamescom." So I'm basically talking about what's gonna happen at Gamescom. Well, then it's gonna be me talking about it again next week. So probably a few of these topics I'll be talking about next week. But that's okay, then we get answers next week. Alright, let's start off with probably maybe the biggest news of the week. It happened on Sunday, the 12th. Microsoft, let's see who said it. Mark Whitten, the Chief Product Officer of Xbox, said that you do not need to have your Kinect plugged in for your Xbox One to work. So that kind of goes against what they said that before, where Xbox One has to have Kinect always on. But now it seems like you don't even have to have Kinect to use Xbox One, which is making a lot of people happy. I mean, they don't have to use the stupid Kinect because they hate it so much. At least for me, I don't think this is like, I think the Kinect has a whole bunch of potential. It's just you need to harness that potential and use it to the best of its abilities. I mean, it has, like, if I had an Xbox One, let's just say I got it at launch, I would still have my Kinect on because I would use it in the menus and all that stuff, and maybe it has like some voice command stuff I'd use every once in a while. I would still have it on. I wouldn't turn it off. But I guess it's people just don't even like it, so they just want to put it away. But really, kind of the big thing about this was not that you don't have the Kinect can be turned off. Is people think that now, since the Kinect is not that important, or not as important as it used to be, that there's gonna be a SKU where there's no Xbox or no Kinect with the Xbox One. So it's gonna drop the price down to where the PS4 is at. That's not gonna happen. Like I've already, like, I could already tell, and I've been reading up on it. They put so much money into the Kinect 2.0 even more, to make it as good and as big a part of the Xbox One as they can make it, because they think it helps make them different than the PS4. It does. I mean, the Move comes with the PS4 if you want to buy it, but it doesn't come with the PS4. I mean, if you want to buy the Move, you can go ahead, but nobody's going to really do that. But the Kinect comes with it, and that shows that there's potential in it. Like I said, they put so much money into it. I don't see why they would just get rid of it, because they want developers to start develop games for it. And if you don't have it like part of the bundle for the Xbox One, then developers are just going to think that nobody has it or is going to use it. But if you have it pretty much bundled with Xbox One, with every console you sell, the person's going to have a Kinect. So if you make games for a Kinect, for Xbox One, you're going to want to use Kinect because people might want to use it. So I don't think we're going to make a model or SKU without the Kinect. um, anytime soon. I'm guessing probably 2 years from launch they'll make one, but it'll be like the the really cheap 4 gig Xbox One or Xbox 360 that we have now. It'll pretty much be that model, but it'll just be Xbox One like 60 like Xbox One 20 gig or something like that you can get really cheap without the Kinect. But they're not going to have a launch model without the Kinect. If they do, it's a major mistake, and I wouldn't understand it, to be honest. And also, I'm kind of like, I don't know why Microsoft keeps going back on everything they do. I know they're trying to get closer to what the PS4 is right now to the people, but it's, in my opinion, it's slowly not. I don't want to say it's getting worse because it has moved up quite a bit, but it's slowly just like it's becoming more the PS4 and not the Xbox One. And I want 2 different consoles. I don't want no 2 PS4s. I'm planning to get a PS4 just because I've pretty much always been a Sony guy besides this generation. So I'm deciding to go back to Sony for the next gen. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to get an Xbox One eventually. I will eventually. Just it's a money problem. But yeah, I would like my Xbox One to be a little bit different than the PS4 because it's different. You want some difference between 2 consoles. I mean, like the one thing I'm really excited for of Xbox One is that controller. From all I've been reading all these opinions on it from people who have used it, and like the Rumble thumbsticks and all that seem really awesome. And I love the Xbox 360 controller, and it seems like it's even better. There's a lot of stuff I like about the Xbox One. It's definitely grown on me, but Microsoft going back and all the stuff it just shows no confidence in their system. So yeah, I mean, no Kinect. People will be happy, at least some people, because I guess they hate it so much they just want it to even be off. But yeah, I mean, pretty big news, I guess. Alright, so more Microsoft news. Microsoft said they will have a new exclusive now for at Gamescom. It's a new. I'm gonna double check because I don't know if they said Xbox One or Xbox 360. I wanted to say they said Xbox One. So people have been kind of speculating what that could be. And, I personally think that it's going to be a Kinect kind of game. But I also think that there's a pretty good chance it could be Crackdown 3. Where is this? So yeah, that's kind of what I like. I think it's gonna be one of those. People have been hoping like Rare is gonna make another game. I don't think they have enough like people to make another game. They're already making Killer Instinct and some Kinect game or something like that. So I don't know if they have enough manpower to make like a Banjo-Kazooie 3. Yeah, I don't think they said it was going to be new. I think they said it was going to be interesting. So take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I cannot find it anywhere. I was just reading. All right, right here. Okay. Phil Spencer said that the company had some big news planned for Gamescom presentation. we're going to really have a really short stage presentation with some news talking about some unique exclusive coming to Xbox One. I'm not sure. It didn't say a new IP, just a unique exclusive. I mean, it could be anything. So we'll have to see. It could not even be a game. Like, it just says unique exclusive. It does not say game. So it could be like, oh, we get Call of Duty for, like, first for the first month or something like that. Which wouldn't happen, but you know, it might be something like that. And let's see. Something I forgot to mention, like if nobody's familiar with Gamescom, it's held in it's held in Germany. What is the town? I don't remember. So it's held in Germany. It's pretty much the E3 of Europe. It's pretty much as big as E3, so, and it goes for a few days, so it's gonna be pretty big. You're gonna hear a few announcements of new games and stuff like that. It's gonna be big because the consoles are probably gonna pretty much finalize what we're gonna be at this place, because they're gonna have to start making the consoles as soon as possible. But yeah, that's Gamescom. It's happening the 20th through the 23rd, I believe. Yeah. Alright, so we got some Microsoft news. I think it's... Nope, there's one more Xbox One thing left. But we're going to head over to Sony. There's a report that a new model for the PS3 is going to be launched, or maybe announced at Gamescom, but launched soon, which is like the millionth time. Like, I don't even know how many models they have or SKUs. Like, it changes every single month, I swear. But this one's kind of weird. It's going to be a 12 gigabyte PS3 for $200. Now, that's the cheapest one you can get, technically. Like, GameStop, I believe, you can get a used one with 60 gigs. I think this is the older model, though, for like $180. And I think you get like 5 games with it. So that's probably the best way to go, but there's this new one, $200, 12 gigs. 12 gigs is not much. It's still more than the 4 gig Xbox 360, but that's still like $80 cheaper. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have... I don't know who would really buy this. Like, probably like some kid who's hoping for a PS4 in December, and his parents give him a 12 gig PS3. Because it's the cheapest thing they see. That's how many people are going to buy that. And they're going to trade up right back in. I don't have a PS3, so I guess I could think about getting it. But 12 gigs is not much. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping they do a price drop for both the Vita and PS3 at Gamescom. Because I want to pick up one of those. And if you do a price drop, then that $200 is not that great. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to talk about that. Not that great of a deal in my opinion. But hey, if you have a PS3 and you don't really care about memory, yeah, I guess that's the way to go. Alright, so let's see, was this, I think this was Wednesday or Thursday. Oh yeah, I'm recording this on the 16th, so hopefully I can give this up tomorrow. But yeah, Wednesday or Thursday, Call of Duty, Ghost, and Battlefield 4 both kind of said that you can convert your stats. So let's say you're playing Call of Duty Ghost on Xbox 360 and you're waiting for it to launch on Xbox One. So you play the game, you have all your stats, but you don't want to lose all your stats by transferring the game over to Xbox One. It will automatically transfer your stats over to the Xbox One. So basically, you don't lose anything by trading in the Xbox 360 game and for the Xbox One. You don't lose any of your stats, you just get a better model pretty much. And both Battlefield and Call of Duty said they would have it. I don't know if they have cross-platform, like if you have Xbox 360 and you wanted to go to PS4. Pretty sure they don't have that, because I'm guessing it's based on your what is it even called? Not your avatar, your gamer tag or username. But yeah, so pretty cool if you want to keep your stats and you're playing like a current gen game and you're waiting for the next gen game to come out. Yeah, so pretty cool. Alright, so my final Xbox One news is now if you guys don't notice, I usually try to do these in beginning from the beginning of the week all the way to the end. So I like to have a nice kind of chronological thing going here. But the Xbox One will be launching in 13 countries this year, down from 21, which they said at E3. I don't believe they said why. Yeah, I don't believe they said anything about that. But my guess is they either don't have enough consoles to support that many countries, or they just don't. They just want to focus on a fewer amount of countries. I mean, I don't know if one of those countries was like China or something, but Xbox One's not going to sell great in China or Japan. It's just not. Actually, I don't even think they can have in China. Whatever. Let's just say Japan. It's not going to sell well in Japan. I guess this is a good way good for people who have it pre-ordered. They know they're probably going to get it, most likely, if they pre-ordered it soon enough. It's going to be interesting to see like how many consoles are produced before it launches, because there might be a shortage. Like that's kind of been a rumor before the consoles were even announced, that there's going to be a shortage of consoles because like the stuff that you need to make it is also having a shortage. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Hopefully my PS4, I can get it day one. I mean, when I pre-ordered it back in June, I was like 40th or something on the list, like 37 or like 40th, something like that. So I'm hoping like 10 people canceled or something, or pre-ordered, so I move up on the list. But I'm guessing my GameStop's gonna get like at least like 50, maybe 40. So I think I'm in good shape. But yeah, well, we'll have to see. I mean, I'm guessing around October we'll start to learn if there's gonna be a shortage. But yeah, so 13 countries. It makes sense. There's no reason not to launch, or to launch in a whole bunch of countries which you can't provide enough consoles to. But the other countries will get it in 2014. So, too bad for them. I don't know what to say. Alright, so next up we have Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer reveal. I watched a few videos looking at it. It's Call of Duty. I think it's pretty cool how they have destructible environments and all that now. Even though Battlefield has had that for a while, and it's not as good as Battlefield's, but it's still better than it was before. You can dive and slide and all that, which kind of makes you feel like you're more in control. They added some new modes, which I don't remember. There's a nuke or something that goes off that changes the whole map. That seems cool. I mean, it just seems like Call of Duty. I have every Call of Duty except for Black Ops 2. And I don't think I have the first Modern Warfare anymore. My brother has it. I think he took it from me. That's what happened. Yeah, but mainly because my brother was obsessed with that series, and he was a pretty good player. I have to say, I think he was once ranked in the top 500 in Modern Warfare 2, so he was pretty good. So I guess I kind of had to have it. I'm okay at it, but I mean, I like to pop in every once in a while. It's fun multiplayer. It's probably one of the best multiplayer out there. But I don't know. Like, if I have money to spend, I'm not gonna get Call of Duty Ghosts for PS4 or Xbox 360. I'm probably, if I want to get like a multiplayer game, it's gonna be Battlefield for me, because I've never played that series, and it seems more up my alley compared to Call of Duty, even though I like Call of Duty. And Titanfall, like I know that comes out next year, but that seems a lot better than getting a Call of Duty game. But I mean, it looked okay. People are really down on it, like, oh gosh, just looks so lame. It looks terrible. All the graphics are awful. Looks like Call of Duty, and I'm like, well, who's gonna sell the most copies this fall or holiday? It's gonna be Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, it's gonna sell. We all know it's gonna sell. I'm kind of curious how it's gonna stack up with next gen and all that. Like how well it's gonna sell on next gen, but 360, PS3, it's gonna sell a-okay. But also with the multiplayer reveal, there's now women in the multiplayer and maybe in the main campaign that you can play as. Which is, I don't know, for some reason I thought women were already in it. Or maybe I just like kind of assumed that, oh yeah, we're in it. Like, why not? Why aren't we? But I guess we're not. I mean, it's always good. Like, I like having female main characters, all that. Like, Tomb Raider, I absolutely, really, I love that. That game's really great. To be honest, I don't even think I probably would have picked up that game if it was not a female protagonist. Like, if it was, like, John or, like, Larry Croft. It was Larry Croft instead of Lara Croft. Maybe I would have still picked up the game, but kind of what I liked about it is it was a female protagonist, and I don't remember the last game where I played as a female protagonist, so I'm all up for more women as main characters and all that, because technically I think they make better characters at times if they're done right. But yeah, it's cool. People some people are a little bit upset, but like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about killing a woman. Like, I mean, you've killed men a billion times before. I don't. Men and women are equal. Why is it different? Like, it's still killing is killing. Like, I don't see any problem with it. But it's cool. I'm glad they're moving on. I don't know. Does Battlefield have women? Maybe? I don't know. Somebody let me know. I think they might. Maybe they don't. Maybe that'll be Battlefield's next announcement. Oh yeah, we have women too. And we have gerbils. We have companion gerbils instead of dogs. Alright, whatever. So yeah, some Call of Duty Ghosts news. Probably a few more of those coming up next few months. Next up, Ubisoft said that it will have a new IP to announce at Gamescom. I think I touched on this last week. But some, like, I don't know, what is it called? It's called... I always lose track of the stuff. But, like, something was... Yeah, domain was registered with the name Fighter Within. So maybe that is the new game, Fighter Within. For a title like that, I'm guessing it might be like a game like Street Fighter or something like that. Because they don't have one of those in their roster, Ubisoft. But it also might be, you remember like back in like February or something, they had that leaked photo, which people thought was either like a new Assassin's Creed game thing or Prince of Persia, and it was like set in Egypt or something. I think maybe it's that. Because that kind of makes sense. Because it looked like a fighter in the photo. I'll try throwing that up and seeing... Or yeah, I'll throw that up here so you guys can see it. So maybe it's that. But yeah, I don't know. It could even be the next Assassin's Creed game. No, we're going to wait another 6 months before we do that. But yeah, I'm interested to see. I pretty much like all of Ubisoft's franchises. I mean, we got Splinter Cell coming out next week. Rayman Legends. They got a lot, and I'll be talking about a few of them later on. But yeah, interesting. Curious to see what it's like. Alright, so next up we have... Actually, I think this is the biggest news of the week. I mean, Kinect not being required is all good and great and all that. But, Grand Theft Auto Online is very big. So, back like a few weeks ago when they showed off Grand Theft Auto, the single player trailer, they kind of teased a Grand Theft Auto Online trailer later on. And yesterday, the 15th, they released a new trailer, and it showed off a whole bunch of what you can do on Grand Theft Auto Online. You can do a lot. So basically, it seems like an MMO, really. Like, you can create your own like pad and invite your friends over to it. You can drive, you can race, you can just explore the open world. You got death matches, you can golf, you can play tennis, you can arm wrestle, and you can rob banks, which is gonna be sick. You can rob alcohol stores, and you can just jack around and just play around with the world. And there's probably a lot more also. It looked really awesome. Like, I was pumped. I really like Grand Theft Auto. I'm just gonna say GTA. Like, I know I keep saying Grand Theft Auto. GTA 4's multiplayer, I really liked. People just never really got into it, but I thought it was a lot of fun. And this looks like it just stepped it up like 5 more levels. You can skydive with a whole bunch of friends. I'm interested to see how this works, though. Like, is it just gonna be one giant world where everybody's just gonna come into it, or is it gonna be like a server and all that stuff? Like, if every person that owns Grand Theft Auto Online can enter this one world where everybody else is, that's gonna be sick. Like, you just walk in, there's like bombs going off, there's guns going off right when you come in. There's people just flying around. Like, that'd be insane. It'd be a lot of fun. It has like some story aspects to it also. Like, there seem to be like some missions you can do and all that. So it's a very unique multiplayer. Like, it seems like it's its own game. So I'm interested to see what it's like. It looked like really good. The gameplay, it looked like just the single player and all that. You can like collect a whole bunch of money. You want to get a whole bunch of money so you can upgrade your dude and all that, and pimp them out and upgrade your pad, and you can buy cars and upgrade those and all that stuff. So it seems to have more stuff you can do in the multiplayer compared to 4. I think once I finish up the story, I'll probably be playing the multiplayer quite a bit. That'll probably be like what I do to kind of just jack around and play with the world, instead of using the free characters in the main game. But it's gonna be cool. I'm excited. We got a month pretty much until that game launches. It can't come out soon enough. Like, it's got some high expectations, and if it can reach that, it's gonna be spectacular. It's gonna be amazing, awesome, redonkulous. It's gonna be one of the best games of all time. It's simple as that. Like, if they can achieve what they're saying they can do, it's gonna be up there. It might be number 1. It might be like 10. Like, it's gonna be up there. I'm interested to play it. Like, it could be one of my favorite games of all time, or I could be disappointed. I doubt I'll be disappointed, but yeah, we'll have to see. One other thing though, the online is not going to launch with the game. It's going to be coming out October 1st, so 2 weeks after the game launches. Which, like, I don't remember the last time a multiplayer came out separately from the game. I think some game did that. They added multiplayer later on. But, like, with a game this big, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to download it. If you have GTA 5, you just download it and you can play it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Interesting indeed. And I was watching. I think this was IGN. I was watching a video, and somebody on there said that they were doing this so people don't trade in the game once they beat it, so they can keep the game more, like, for a few more weeks, to help them start, like, okay, I gotta rephrase all this. So instead of people trading it in and then GameStop selling used games, people are going to keep the games, and GameStop's going to be stuck selling new games. So Rockstar's gonna make more of a profit by making them wait 2 more weeks. I'm pretty sure that's just speculation, but that's an interesting idea. Maybe I could see more developers doing this kind of stuff because they do. I think most developers really dislike GameStop, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'm excited. I just want to play the game right now. It is gonna be sick as can be. How long have I been recording for? Pretty long. I am losing my voice. I'm gonna take a drink of water. We're almost done, so. Alright, so I have 2 more things left. Alright, I gotta find this. Amnesia, The Dark Descent is the, or not? Amnesia, The Dark Descent came out a few years ago. It was a pretty big kind of horror type of game, but now they have a sequel, Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs, and it is coming out. Okay, shut up, water bottle. It's coming out in September 10th for Steam. It's gonna be. I've been looking forward to this game. I have not played Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but I'm looking for kind of a scary game to do a let's play of. And it's between this game and Outlast or Outcast, whatever it's called. It's one of those two. Yeah, you can pick it up on Steam for. You get a 20% discount for pre-ordering the game. So if you can get it for like 15, 16 bucks, usually it would cost 20 bucks. So yeah, so a few more weeks that comes out. It's gonna be interesting. I haven't really seen any gameplay, so I'm interested to see how scary it's gonna be. But yeah, I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. Indie titles are becoming more. Indie titles are what are keeping the horror genre alive, really. Oh yeah, that totally reminds me. I have one other thing I guess I could have thrown in there earlier. Resident Evil 7 was kind of announced. Like I don't know the specifics because I don't have the article looking at me right now, but apparently they want to bring the franchise back to its survival horror roots. So back to, Resident Evil 1 through 3 basically. 4 I guess you could count, but that's kind of where they changed it. Which I think a lot of people are going to be happy with because they finally listened to the fans. So yeah, that's good news. I guess we won't really know anything about the game for another few years, so we'll have to wait. But like I said, indie games are good survival horror games to play and all that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Amnesia. And last but not least, yep, that's that. Okay. Ubisoft said that pre-orders for Assassin's Creed 4 and Watch Dogs are higher on next gen than current gen, which is interesting because not a lot of people at the beginning of launch are gonna have a PS4 and Xbox One. They're gonna stick with their current gen consoles, and people who pre-order are typically, I guess, people who pre-order are video game fans. So that kind of like it probably doesn't tell the full story. Probably the current gen's gonna sell better, but the gamers are looking forward to the next gen titles of those, or next gen copies of those titles. I am one of those. I already have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag pre-ordered. and Watch Dogs pre-ordered for my PS4. Those are only 2 games I have pre-ordered for my PS4. And I think those are the only ones I'm planning on getting at launch. Unless Infamous Second Son becomes a launch game, which it's not. But yeah, those are only 2 I'm really planning on getting. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Next gen, you kind of get the feeling, especially with Watch Dogs, that it's meant for next gen. And I've watched a few kind of walkthroughs, developer walkthroughs for Assassin's Creed 4, and they keep saying, with the next gen technology, we can. So I kind of get the feeling Assassin's Creed 4 is going to be better on next gen. But the big thing is, when can you get these games on the next gen? Watch Dogs comes out November 17th or 15th, something like that. So I'm hoping that launches with the PS4. But Assassin's Creed 4 comes out in October, October 29th. Which is going to be like probably a month before a PS4 comes out. And that's going to really test my patience. Like, probably a lot of you know, but Assassin's Creed is my favorite franchise. And I've always gotten them on launch day besides Brotherhood and Revelations. But not being able to get it because I have to wait until the next gen comes out is going to suck. I'm going to have to stay away from people just bashing on the game like always, or the reviews, because I want it to be a fresh experience for myself. Yeah, so I'm partly hoping that they push back Assassin's Creed 4 like a week or 2. Like, it just gets canceled a little bit, just delayed a little bit. Not canceled, I'm not mean that, delayed a little bit. That'd be fine with me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Both of those games are going to be pretty awesome. Yeah, that should wrap it up. Nice long podcast for first time in a while. Actually, first time ever. So yeah, that wraps it up. A decent week. A lot of kind of rumors and stuff like that. But next week will probably be, I'm guessing it's going to be like an hour-long podcast. I was going to do like Gamescom predictions, but I don't know what's going to be predicted. So, no point in me just rambling on about bullcrap. Yeah, next week Gamescom's going to happen. We should have quite a bit of news. Yeah, so I've been briefly. You guys have been watching the PressStart podcast, and I'll see you guys around next week. And it should be an exciting week. We got a few titles coming out next week also. Maybe I'll talk about those because I'm planning on getting a few games next week. But yeah, so like I said, guys, thanks for watching. See you next week.